What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give my thoughts about yesterday's open practice. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned, I do want to give my thoughts on yesterday's open practice. As you guys know, the Falcons did have open practice yesterday at one of the local high schools there in Georgia. And what I took from the practice on the offensive side of the ball is Kirk Cousins threw the ball really well again in the drills. It looks like he's developing great chemistry with guys like Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney, Bijan Robinson, and these guys that are currently on the roster. Rondale Moore showed up yesterday, made some nice catches as well. On the defensive side of the ball, I noticed that we were getting a lot of interior pressure against our offensive line on our defensive line. And I really feel like this defensive line, the interior of our defensive line, I feel like is where the strength lies on our defensive line. Guys like Eddie Goldman, guys like Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata, and a litany of guys that we brought in, Katavius Street. We have a lot of guys in the interior of this defensive line. And I really feel like those guys are going to be the strength on the defensive line. And we have a lot of versatility up front as far as those big guys being able to move around on the defensive line. But I really feel like this season we're going to use a lot of blitz packages because I've seen guys like Troy Anderson on the outside possibly blitzing. I've seen guys like Caden Ellis lining up as an outside linebacker like on the edge. So I expect them to use these guys in a multitude of ways. Another thing that I noticed yesterday is Clark Phillips looks like right now, out of him and Mike Hughes, I really feel like Clark Phillips has the leg up right now. He had an interception. He intercepted the rookie Penix on one of his passes yesterday. And I really feel like Clark Phillips so far is in the lead when it comes to being possibly that number 2 cornerback for our team out of him and Mike Hughes. It looks like D. Alford possibly will be that slot guy, but we'll see how things shake out. Once they have some preseason games, once we have these joint practices with the Miami Dolphins, I really feel like we're going to know a little bit more about who has the edge right now. Nate Landman at that linebacker position, he's one of the guys that has the green dot, which is really surprising because last year we know mainly it was Caden Ellis with the green dot. But I really feel like because Caden Ellis is going to be used to blitz the quarterback and used on the outside as an outside linebacker, it looks like they may be allowing Nate Landman to be the guy that's going to make the calls at that inside linebacker position. Now, I was shocked to hear that Troy Anderson hasn't had the green dot. It looks like it's just been Caden Ellis and Nate Landman. So maybe we're also going to be using Troy Anderson as more of a edge guy as well, and a guy that can move around and be versatile. But it sounds like they want Nate Landman to kind of take on that leadership role, both him and Caden Ellis at that inside linebacker position as far as having the mic and being the one that's calling the plays for the defense. So I thought that was really interesting because from my understanding last year, it was mainly Caden Ellis that made the calls and things of that nature. But overall, I thought that the team looked really good out there. Again, it looks like the players did a good job of protecting each other. We didn't see any injuries for the most part. Didn't see any fights and anything of that nature, which is always good news. The fans were out there. The players were signing autographs and things of that nature for the fans. So definitely a good practice all around. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on yesterday's open practice. Who do you feel like is standing out at these open practices or stood out at the open practice, and who stood out so far in the first couple practices at training camp? But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.